Ladies and gentlemen, football fans and Neymar haters, welcome to the biggest, most dramatic 33rd birthday party of the year. That's right, Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. just turned 33, and in true Neymar style, it's not just a birthday, it's an event filled with nostalgia, injuries, and a return to Santos FC that's either heartwarming or a retirement home tour, depending on who you ask. So grab your popcorn, or if you're Neymar, maybe a poker chip, and let's dive into the life, legacy, and the roller coaster that is Neymar's career. First, let's get the resume out of the way. Neymar has done things most footballers can only dream of. He's Brazil's all-time top scorer, beating Pele's record in 2023. That's right, Pele. Not even EA Sports could have scripted it better. He's won everything from the Champions League to the Copa Libertadores to the prestigious Best Actor in a World Cup award for his unforgettable roles on the ground. The man has 21 career hat tricks and over 100 goals for 3 different clubs. You know, just normal stuff for a footballing genius. But before you start calling him the second coming of Pelé, let's talk about the other side of Neymar's career. Neymar's record-breaking career is like a beautifully crafted masterpiece, with a giant asterisk next to it. Sure, he's Brazil's all-time top scorer, the king of flair, and one of the most naturally gifted players of his generation. But he also holds the unofficial record for most time spent in a medical boot while still cashing 30 million euros a year. 79 goals for Brazil? Incredible. 129 caps? Fantastic. But let's be real. At least 20 of those caps were him sitting on the bench, wrapped like a mummy in ice packs. He has 21 career hat tricks, but at this rate his doctors have hat-tricked him into 3 surgeries per season. He's scored over 100 goals for 3 different clubs: Santos, Barcelona, and PSG. At this point, if hospitals kept football stats, he'd be the first player to score a century for multiple medical facilities too. Then there's his free kick record, 19 direct free kick goals, which is amazing. But let's be honest, Neymar has also taken plenty of free kicks of his own. Just not from the ball, but from defenders making slight contact with his shin. FIFA should honestly consider creating a new stat: most distance rolled after a tackle. Neymar would have that one locked up before halftime. And let's not forget, this man once won the FIFA Puskás Award in 2011 for an absolutely ridiculous solo goal, but somehow the highlight most people remember him for is still his Oscar-worthy tumble at the 2018 World Cup. Neymar's career is basically a football paradox. He's one of the most talented players in history, and also football's most expensive glass figurine. Absolute magician on the ball, fragile as an iPhone screen. 2. Neymar's injuries, the real opponent he never beat. Neymar's biggest rival? No, it's not Messi. Not even defenders. It's his own body. If football had a loyalty program for MRI scans, Neymar would have hit VIP platinum status years ago. 2014 World Cup, back injury, 2018, ankle issues, 2022, more ankle issues. Al Hilal played 7 games before deciding the Saudi weather was too rough. At this point, Neymar has missed more football due to injuries than some players have actually played. But hey, at least he gets to keep up with his other passion: poker. Forget Sergio Ramos, forget Van Dijk. Neymar's greatest rival isn't a defender, it's his own bones. At this point, the man has spent more time on crutches than on the pitch. If there were a Ballon d'Or for most dramatic injury exits, Neymar would be a 5-time winner. Let's do a quick history lesson. 2014, back injury in the World Cup quarter-final. 2018, ankle injury. 2022, another ankle injury. His ankles have taken more hits than an old Nokia phone, except a Nokia phone would actually survive. Doctors probably have a Neymar injury bingo card at this point. Ankle sprain? Check. Metatarsal fracture? Check. Dramatic World Cup exit? Bingo. FIFA should honestly start tracking Neymar's minutes spent on a stretcher stat. I'm pretty sure he's top 5 all time. Some players are injury-prone. Neymar is injury guaranteed. It's like he signed a contract with the football gods that says, "Thou shalt not play a full season." The saddest part? Every time Neymar goes down, Brazilian fans hold their breath like they just saw their stock market crash. You can almost hear the commentators saying, "Neymar is down," and the entire nation collectively screaming, "Not again." Breaking news: Neymar injured while blowing out candles on his birthday cake. Recovery time: 6 months. Doctor: unfortunately, Neymar strained his ankle while standing up too fast from the dinner table. We expect him to miss the next 5 international breaks. At this point, Neymar should just be bubble-wrapped before every match. Or better yet, someone invent an Iron Man suit for him so he can actually finish a season. 3. The 222 million euros transfer, a French love story. Gone wrong. 2017. The year Neymar became the most expensive player in history. 222 million euros. Enough money to buy a small country, or in PSG's case, fund their annual Champions League heartbreak. They thought they were getting the heir to Messi and Ronaldo. What they actually got was a man who spent more time in Parisian nightclubs than in knockout stage matches. PSG expected a footballing god. They got a part-time footballer, full-time social media influencer, and occasional injury rehab patient. The summer of 2017, the transfer that shook the football world, rewrote the record books, and made PSG's owners feel like they just pulled off the heist of the century. 222 million euros for Neymar. 222 million euros. You could buy a whole football club with that money, but PSG said, nah, let's get one fragile superstar instead. At first, it was a match made in heaven. Paris, a club desperate for a Champions League, and Neymar eager to escape Messi's shadow at Barcelona. He was supposed to be the guy, the one to lead PSG to European glory. Instead, well, let's just say it was more Emily in Paris than Gladiator. PSG thought they were getting a footballing god. What they got was a part-time footballer, full-time influencer, and occasional nightclub tour guide. They wanted a leader for their Champions League ambitions. They got a guy who ghosted their knockout stages like a bad Tinder date. 222 euros million. And what did PSG fans get? Some League One titles they would have won anyway, and an annual tradition of seeing Neymar limp off injured before a crucial Champions League match. Neymar at PSG was like buying a Lamborghini that spends more time in the repair shop than on the road. Sure, it looks cool, but good luck driving it past February. Speaking of February, can we talk about his annual injury leave? Every single year, right around his sister's birthday on March 11th, Neymar would suddenly get injured and fly back to Brazil. A coincidence? Or the most strategic PTO planning in football history? Doctor, we regret to inform you that Neymar has suffered a mysterious muscle strain, just in time for an all-expenses-paid trip to Sao Paulo. PSG fans spent years waiting for Neymar to deliver the Champions League. He got them close in 2020, making the final. But of course, Bayern Munich said, nah, we'll take that trophy, thanks. And then, after 6 years of injuries, nightclub appearances, and PSG ultras telling him to get out, Neymar finally said, you know what? Maybe I should leave. And thus the most expensive love story in football history ended in divorce. Paris wanted a king, but they got a king, of hospital visits and birthday vacations. 4. The Al Hilal adventure, Neymar's exotic sabbatical. Fast forward to 2023, and Neymar shocked the world by moving to Saudi Arabia. Some said it was for the money, others said it was for new challenges. Translation: PSG was tired of paying his medical bills, and Neymar wanted an easy retirement fund. 7 games, 1 goal, 150 million euros salary. Al Hilal got scammed harder than people who bought NFTs in 2022. Fans who thought they were getting a superstar quickly realized they signed an injury-prone legend who spent more time on the treatment table than the pitch. It was like ordering Messi on AliExpress and receiving a Neymar with a torn ACL. And just when you thought Neymar's career couldn't take another bizarre turn, boom! In 2023, he shocked the world by leaving PSG and heading to Saudi Arabia. That's right, Al Hilal. Because when Europe got tired of his injury reports, Saudi Pro League FC said, hold my oil money. Now, let's be real. Was this a footballing decision? Or I'd like to retire early and still get paid like a king decision? Because for 150 million euros a year, Neymar didn't just join Al Hilal. He basically robbed them in broad daylight. 150 million euros for a guy who played 7 games. That's not a transfer, that's daylight robbery with a legally binding contract. 1 goal, 3 assists. For that salary, he was earning about 1 million euros per pass. Al Hilal thought they were signing a football legend. They actually signed a very expensive cheerleader. Saudi fans were hyped, thinking they were getting a superstar. What they got was a special guest appearance package. Neymar spent more time in Saudi hospitals than he did on the actual pitch. Al Hilal's season basically went like this. They announce Neymar, the internet explodes, Neymar plays a few games, gets injured, and then disappears like a Marvel villain in the post-credits scene. And let's not forget, this man made 1 goal contribution every 1.7 months while cashing in 3 million euros a week. I mean, imagine calling your boss and saying, hey, I won't be at work for 6 months, but keep sending the direct deposit, yeah? Club president: Neymar, when can you play again? Neymar: when my bank account says so. The funniest part, his contract was supposed to last until 2026, but even Al Hilal, who have unlimited money, said, "Yeah, no thanks, we're done." And in January 2025, they mutually terminated his contract. Mutually. As in, Neymar, we love you, but please leave. So what did we learn? If you ever feel bad about your job, just remember, Neymar got paid 150 million euros for 7 matches and a few Instagram posts. Legend. 5. The return to Santos. Full circle or early retirement. And now in 2025, Neymar is back at Santos. Some call it poetic. Others call it Plan B after Saudi Arabia didn't work out. Either way, Brazilian fans are ecstatic and Neymar has officially come full circle, back to where it all started. The only problem? Some fans noticed something concerning at his unveiling. Neymar couldn't even bend his knees properly. When your presentation sparks more injury debates than excitement, you know it's serious. So, is this a homecoming story or the football version of an aging rock star doing a comeback tour? Time will tell. And just like that, Neymar's career has come full circle. After a record-breaking career, a historic PSG transfer, and a blink-and-you-missed-it Saudi adventure, Neymar is back where it all began, Santos FC. Some are calling it a homecoming. Others? A glorified early retirement. Either way, Santos fans are celebrating like it's 2011 again, while the rest of the football world is asking, so, what's next? A farewell tour? Look, there's no denying the nostalgia factor. This is the club that made Neymar a star. But let's be honest, this isn't prime Neymar returning to dominate Brazilian football. This is post-Saudi, post-ankle surgery Neymar, hoping he can still bend his knees without a physio team on standby. Santos fans are acting like they just signed peak 2015 Neymar. Meanwhile, doctors are standing by with ice packs just in case he waves too hard at the crowd. This is either an emotional fairy tale or Santos FC signing the most expensive part-time player in club history. Fans were expecting fireworks on the pitch. Instead, they got fireworks in the stands while Neymar sat there in a tracksuit. And then there was that moment when Neymar walked onto the pitch, and fans noticed. He could barely bend his knees properly. Suddenly, all that excitement turned into concern, because if Neymar is struggling at his own unveiling, how's he supposed to survive an actual match? Some fans started speculating, is Neymar fully fit? Is he already injured? Or did Al Hilal send us a hologram? Doctor, Neymar is in great condition for a museum exhibit. But hey, maybe this is all part of a bigger plan. Maybe Neymar is here to prove he still has what it takes. Maybe he's eyeing one last shot at the 2026 World Cup. Or maybe, just maybe, he's realized that being a big fish in a small pond is much more fun than trying to survive another European season with working ankles. Agent. Neymar, why Santos? You could still play in Europe. Neymar. Bro, I get to be a legend here and still party on weekends. W move. So what's the final verdict? Is this Neymar's glorious return to where it all started? Or a soft launch into football retirement? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. If Santos really wants to protect their investment, they might want to invest in some extra strong medical insurance. 6. The Neymar debate. Genius or overrated showman? Now let's get to the real debate. Where does Neymar stand in football history? Pro-Neymar fans. He's Brazil's top scorer, a generational talent. Anti-Neymar fans. He's injury-prone, more Instagram posts than Ballon d'Ors. The middle ground. Great player, bad luck, even worse career choices. One side sees him as a legend, the other as football's most expensive what-if story. But one thing's for sure. Neymar is entertainment. Whether it's on the pitch, on Instagram, or at a poker table, he keeps people talking. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the debate that has divided football fans more than pineapple on pizza. Is Neymar a once-in-a-generation genius? Or just an overhyped showman who spent more time rolling on the ground than running on it? On one hand, you have the die-hard Neymar stans, the he's better than Ronaldinho truthers, the people who will fight you in the comments if you dare suggest he didn't maximize his potential. For them, Neymar is footballing royalty. He's Brazil's all-time top scorer. He destroyed defenses with skill and flair. He was part of the legendary MSN trio. And most importantly, he made football fun. Then on the other hand, you have the skeptics, the Neymar wasted his talent brigade. The people who say he had all the skill in the world but 0 Ballon d'Ors and an injury record longer than his goal highlights. The same folks who saw his move to Saudi Arabia and said, so he really did just play football for the money. One side says Neymar is underrated, the other says he's the footballing equivalent of a luxury sports car, beautiful, expensive, and always in the shop. One side says he's been unlucky with injuries. The other side says, yeah, unlucky, and also clubbing too much. One side says Neymar is the greatest Brazilian since Pelé. The other side says he's not even better than Vinicius Jr. right now. Fan. Bro, Neymar is Brazil's top scorer. Have some respect. Hater. Yeah? And how many World Cups has he won? Fan. Bro, he carried Brazil in 2014 until he got injured. Hater. Exactly, until he got injured. My guy treats tournaments like a Netflix free trial. He never makes it to the end. Look, both sides have valid points. Neymar is undeniably one of the most skilled players of his generation. His dribbling, creativity, and goal-scoring records speak for themselves. But injuries, questionable career choices, and that Al Hilal move also make it hard to put him in the GOAT conversation. So where does Neymar really rank in football history? A legend who never reached his full potential? Or a misunderstood genius who just had terrible luck? You tell me in the comments. Either way, one thing is certain. Love him or hate him, you can't ignore Neymar. Whether it's his goals, his skills, his injuries, or his legendary poker face at the World Cup, he'll always be a headline maker. Now go ahead, take your sides in the debate. 7. What's next for Neymar? All right, folks, we've laughed, we've debated, but before we wrap this up, let's not forget, today is Neymar's birthday. The man turns 33 years old, and whether you love him or criticize him, you can't deny that football just wouldn't be the same without him. So Neymar, from all of us here, Feliz aniversario, meu irmão. We celebrate you. We hope you're celebrating too. Right now, Neymar is at Santos FC. His career has come full circle and the internet is divided. Some fans are saying he's going back to his roots. Others are saying, yeah, to retire in peace. And then you have the very optimistic ones who believe this is just the warm-up for the 2026 World Cup. Neymar himself says he wants to play in the next World Cup. Meanwhile, his ankles are saying, sir, we'd like to respectfully decline. At this rate, FIFA should just introduce a walking football category so Neymar can finally complete a full tournament. And let's be honest, if Neymar even attempts to play in 2026, Brazil's physios are going to have him in a cryogenic chamber between matches like he's Captain America. Jokes aside, here's the truth. Neymar has nothing left to prove. He's Brazil's all-time top scorer. He's won everything at club level. His legacy, for better or worse, is already written. The only thing left is how he wants to finish the story. Does he make one final push to prove the doubters wrong? Or does he enjoy the millions he's already made and ride off into the sunset with a caipirinha in one hand and an ice pack in the other? Either way, whatever Neymar does next, you know it's going to make headlines. So to recap, Neymar is one of the most gifted players of his generation, a walking highlight reel, but also a walking injury report. He has more goals than most strikers could dream of, but also more hospital visits than a UFC fighter. Will he go down as an all-time great, or just the most expensive what-if story in football? The debate continues. What do you think? Is Neymar a legend, or just football's biggest unfulfilled potential? Let us know in the comments below, hit like and subscribe for more football satire. And remember, if Neymar can take 6 months off every season and still be a millionaire, you can take a day off work too.